Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is your property news roundup, so stick around to the end because I've got a report for you here on the top 10 UK cities to invest in 2021. So folks, this is your property news roundup. Before we start with the report, please do click on that bell notification so you don't miss any of my future videos, and of course hit that subscribe button. It helps with the algorithms apparently. So folks, today's report is brought to you from propertyinvestortoday.co.uk. Check out their website in the comments below. So whilst 2020 has been a challenging year due to coronavirus, the property market has actually boomed, driven by changing priorities for homeowners and renters, and of course the stamp duty holiday that was introduced by the government back in July. In fact, every region in the country recorded a rise in house prices in September, according to a RICS September market survey. Now, apparently we've hit an 18-year high with record-breaking prices and transaction levels expected to maintain momentum through to 2021. The question for investors is, where are the top cities and towns to invest in next year? Now, developer 7 Capital, using figures from the likes of Knight Frank and Zoopla, they have come up with a list of the top 10 places to invest in the UK in the property market. So let's have a look at their findings. Number 1, the best place to invest in the UK is going to be, according to their report, Birmingham. Birmingham City again tops the list as the best place to invest in the UK, with average rents. They've risen by 30% over the last decade, and they're expected to rise by 15.9% over the next 4 years. That is pretty phenomenal, with a raft of key projects up and coming in the pipeline, notably the Midlands Metro extension, HS2, and of course the 2022 Commonwealth Games. Birmingham's appeal is due to skyrocket. Its population is expected to hit 1.24 million by 2030. Average house prices at the moment in Birmingham are £202,162. Average rental yields are 5.4%, and price growth in 5 years at 14.2%. Number 2 on the list, this features a lot, and it's Manchester. Considered a northern powerhouse for property, Manchester's appeal continues to build momentum as a top place to invest in, with house prices set to grow a further 17.1% according to the report, with employment growth of 84% between 2002 and 2015, presenting endless opportunities for young professionals. And the Great North Rail project, expected to come into effect by 2022, Manchester shows no sign of slowing down. Average house prices at the moment in Manchester are £242,311, with an average rental yield of 5.37% and price growth in 5 years of 15.76%. Number 3 on the list is Liverpool. So Liverpool is another popular northwest hotspot for renters. Liverpool boasts some of the highest yielding postcodes in the whole of the country. Now, L1, commonly known as the Baltic Triangle, has delivered 8.1% annually in the past, whilst L7 has been known to deliver annual rental yields of 10%. The report predicts a rise of 13.1% over the next 4 years, and that's set to be bolstered by the 5 £1.5 billion Liverpool water scheme, which will deliver new public spaces and create a whopping 17,000 new jobs. Average prices are £186,527, with an average rental yield of 5.30%, price growth in 5 years at 8.45%. Number 4 on the list is Nottingham. Now, Nottingham is more affordable than Manchester, but with prices on par with Birmingham. Nottingham offers small pockets that achieve high yields of around 9%, with 2 major universities near the city centre and of course the Queen's Medical Centre, which is a super hospital home to 6,000 medical staff. Demand in Nottingham continues to strengthen. Average prices for Nottingham are £214,435, with an average rental yield of 4.66%, price growth in 5 years of 16.92%. Number 5 on the list is Newcastle. Newcastle, as the 8th largest city in the UK, is leading the way for investment in the northeast. One of the more affordable locations, Newcastle offers a strong average rental yield of 6.5%. The city has one of the best graduate retention rates in the country and is recognised as one of the fastest growing regions for new startup businesses, both of which will likely boost demand from young professionals. Average prices are £198,307, with an average rental yield of 6.5% and price growth in 5 years of 6.2%. Number 6 in the top 10 is Leeds. Leeds is home to 800,000 people. 73% of households in Leeds are currently renting, making this an ideal spot for investors seeking long-term tenants and consistent returns. Leeds' economy is one of the fastest growing in the country, rivaling several European cities, whilst capital growth sits just under 10% over the last 5 years. Now, the report predicts an accelerated growth of 13.7% over the next 5 years and 14.2% cumulative rental growth. Average prices £268,037, average rental yields of 5.1%, price growth in 5 years 9.4%. Number 7 is Edinburgh. Due to its huge popularity as a place to live and work, Edinburgh has seen excellent price growth over the past decade, demonstrated by its slightly higher average price point than most of the rest of the top 10. With its continually rising economy, the report predicts a positive impact on property prices to the tune of 17.1% over the next 5 years, the highest growth rate of any UK city. Average prices are currently at £333,691, with an average rental yield of 4.19% and price growth in 5 years at 12.33%. Number 8 is Bracknell. Now, Bracknell is home to a host of globally renowned tech businesses like Dell, Microsoft, and 3M. Bracknell is in the midst of a large-scale £770 million regeneration, which has already boosted its appeal significantly, with Knight Frank forecasting price growth to hit 17% over the next 5 years. So as for its track record, Bracknell's house prices have risen a whopping 249% over the last 20 years. Yet, at less than an hour away from London, it's still nearly half the price. Average prices are £383,788, Average rental yield is 3.98% and price growth in 5 years of 11.02%. Number 9 on the list is Sheffield. Sheffield has blossomed over recent years thanks to a £480 million being invested into development in its retail district and a wave of further improvements to their amenities. As such, desirability in the central areas have increased, with rental yields reaching up to 7% in certain postcodes. The city is also amongst the top markets emerging from lockdown, where according to Zoopla, sales were 20% higher than at the start of the year. Average prices are £209,405, average rental yield 5%, and price growth in 5 years at 11.41%. And finally, number 10 is Glasgow, another key Scottish city that's now regularly topping the investment charts for property. Offering a lower entry point than Edinburgh, what Glasgow has in its favour is higher 5-year capital growth to date and slightly higher average rental yields, both of which look to set to strengthen further over the next 5 years at 15.4% and 13.4% respectively. Average prices are £194,545, with an average rental yield of 5.2% and price growth in 5 years at 15.05%. So folks, that's your top 10. I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think it's a fair report? Do you think that any other city should feature? Please do let me know in the comments, and don't forget, hit on that subscribe button and please do click on that bell notification so you don't miss any of these future updates, and I'll see you on the next one.